Matthew Teifke is a Texas-based real estate investor and broker. He's the co-founder of Teifke Real Estate and partner at TR3 Capital, where he acquires and operates multifamily properties across Texas, owning over 1,200 units. He started in real estate at a very young age, getting his license at only 18, eventually building and scaling a large brokerage, and later transitioned from residential sales into ownership and operations. Matthew Teifke, welcome.
Hey brother, good to be here, man. Thanks for the intro and whatever we can do to have a good time and bring some value, I'm here for it.
100%. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great to text with you a couple of times, and will be amazing to, I guess, get to know you. First of all, you want to talk about your recent acquisition of I guess not you, but your company's recent acquisition of 453 units. Talk about that.
Yeah, man, 10-month process. We did a loan assumption and acquired 452 units in San Antonio, Texas. Biggest deal I've ever done. Hardest deal, most challenging deal, but it was a blessing. And it got us, me and my two partners, to a point where, we don't really have to tell people that we're capable anymore.
Yeah,
We've done it. And it's called Mission at Medical. It's a Class B apartment, and we're paying out monthly dividends. My two partners are there right now collecting rent. We closed on the 30th or the 31st, whatever the last day of the year was. And, rent's due on the first. So that was a journey. I was the capital guy. We got partners together, and we're going to take over the operations. We got really good debt. We took over the existing debt. And now we're on to the next. Operations are in place, and we're working on Fund Five. It's been 16 years for me in the business, and last year I bought more real estate than I bought in the previous 15 years. Thank God for all that, and we're excited to do good work, man, and have people get cash flow with us. And we're buying these properties with a very long-term approach. We're not trying to put millions of dollars into them immediately and sell them, but just get the cash flow and pass it on to ourselves and to our investors.
so you're more looking for cash flow investments rather than flipping. Is that
Yeah,
what TR3 Capital does?
that's exactly right.
So, do you guys do crowdfunding or you guys do partners just kind of
We do both.
okay.
These are called syndications, and so we're raising the capital with the Fund Four. We had seven investors. Fund Three, we had 30. So it just depends. Like we'll take definitely $50,000 checks up to a million plus, and it's been a pretty good journey. We just started raising and doing syndications in the last 3.5 years. Before that, we were just buying whatever properties we could on our own.
Wow. So it's amazing. What do you think pulled you into real estate initially? It's not many people who can say they got their real estate license at 18 years old.
My mom, man, single mom, she was literally cleaning houses and raised my brother and me. And by the time I was 16, 17, she had 17, 18 properties. And so that was a really big inspiration for me. She was a hard worker, as you could maybe imagine, raising two boys on your own, working a job and buying real estate. And so I just got fascinated at an early age, and I wanted to try to carry on what she taught me in the best way possible.
Makes a lot of sense. Would you say it was kind of like in your blood, from like an early age? Was there always, I guess, real estate talk around the apartment, or house? It's just something you grew up with.
Kind of. She was a hard worker, man. She didn't really have like the science of it or the education. She just had people she trusted, and she would just do it.
A lot of
So
grit.
she didn't really even talk about it or even really know what she was doing. She knew that it was wise, and she trusted the right people. But I just saw what was required. Um, and I mean, nobody works harder than a single mom, in my opinion.
100%.
And so I just try to carry that work ethic on. But I was able to see what's required and also what it looks like. I mean, she had these rental properties, but that didn't mean that she was just banking and making all this cash flow. I mean, she still had taxes and insurance and maintenance and all the things that go with it. So there's a lot of sacrifices to get them and still even to keep them. But I just wanted to try to carry that on. And there's something in my soul, man, where I want to help other people in that way that try to, you know, need to, but just be someone that shows support in a lot of different ways. And so I'm blessed that I was around that at an early age.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely done a lot with the start that you've gone, and then as well, kind of building on your mother's, I guess, journey in real estate herself. One
Yeah.
thing that I've noticed being young and ambitious is that you constantly feel like you're alone, right? Not many people around you, I'm guessing, when you started your career in real estate, either believed in you or were on the same mission that you were. Did you experience that when you were starting off, that a lot of your friends from high school or a lot of friends from college didn't see the vision that you did, or didn't really have as big ambitions as you?
Yeah. Somebody asked me that recently, man. Like, they said something about, did a lot of people doubt you? And to be honest, maybe, maybe not. I just didn't even think about it, truly. Didn't matter to me and shouldn't matter. I was just, hey, this is what I'm doing. It was definitely different than a lot of people. But I didn't think it made me special or anything like that. I was just doing what I wanted to do and what I thought was best, and didn't stop to really think about anything other than like, hey, I want to learn. I want to uh, be really good at this. I care about this. This is fun, and that's what I was thinking about, not what other people were thinking.
Yeah, you were just all in from day one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had my bumps and bruises, man. I've had my ups and downs, and got humbled and been competitive and um, learned a tremendous amount. But everybody goes through different journeys at different times, and I feel like I put like 20 years of work into 10 years. That's what I feel like. And so I feel like I'm 34, but I feel like I have like the knowledge and ups and downs and bumps and bruises of a 44-year-old in a business sense. And I probably wish I wouldn't have gone that fast. Everything happens for a reason, but I was obsessed, man. And I still kind of have an obsessive personality in a sense, but just learn, you learn like it's important and it's good to be ambitious, but it's not the only thing. And that's what I thought for a long time is like, this is the only thing that matters. Everything else can wait. I'll sacrifice now. And there's a lot of good to that. But I thought that I had to be somebody that made a lot of money or was closing big things to be a person of value. And looking back, it's like, no, you can be that with just being who you are and being a good person.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people go down the same path, I guess, that you um, said you were originally on, where they're just saying, I'm going to hit $1 million a year and then I'm going to start a family. I'm going to hit, $5 million a year, start a family, or even if it's 500,000, right? What do you think is one thing that you wish you knew at 18 before starting, if you could go back?
I keep saying this, man, is and I don't know if I would have listened, but I wish somebody would have, you could see, I mean, it was 24/7, man. Like, I can't even explain, but, I would do amount of phone calls or offers in a week or a day that people would do in like, I don't know, 90 days or whatever it is. I just wish somebody would have been like, hey, man, you don't have to go so fast. Like, it's okay. Like, slow down, enjoy it. Work hard, absolutely, but you don't have to force things into existence. Like let them play out the way that, in my opinion, God wants them to, and they always do, anyways. But I wouldn't have tried to force it into existence as much.
Do you think you would be in the same position as today if you went the route that you wish you did?
Probably, yeah,
You think so?
probably. Uh, because I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I lost $4 million on,
Yeah.
and so I probably would not have lost that money. But at the same time, I've accomplished a lot. And so like it was like, I guess if I can think of this the way you're asking, it's like I'm thinking of it like this is what I did. So this is what I did, right? And I'm here and like this is what I would have done. And so I would have been just at the same spot. Definitely less lessons learned. So in that case, the lessons are tremendous, man. I mean, I can make 4 million and I don't have to, but I could, and I probably will. I believe this on one deal. I might have just have done that, and not just this isn't credit to me, but it happened. And but the lessons are huge, man. Back to the 44-year-old. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably some 44-year-old would laugh at me. That's fine. Like understanding what can go wrong and all the different variables. Like I don't feel like I was taught this in school or just in life. It's like for me it was like go invest. Like that's a good thing to do. Like invest, do deals, invest. But a lot of things go wrong, and most things probably go wrong. And I wasn't ever understanding of that, or I'm always a rose-colored glasses guy. But now I'm just much more like skeptical of like all the things that can go wrong. I'm sure things still will, but I'm like much more uh, likely to pick that up early on.
You have a eye for that you don't think you had before.
Yeah, dude, definitely like less. I'm still an optimistic person, but less optimistic on like ideas or businesses or
You're not easily like tricked and like this is the greatest idea ever.
yeah, it's not going to be that. I mean, God bless you if you stumble upon or if you are Mark Zuckerberg in the garage,
Yeah.
power to you or stumble upon him. But like, there's no secret, in my opinion, to any of this stuff. You're not going to buy one deal or invest in one thing and just retire. And if you do, you get lucky, but it's better to have a process and something that you can count on and rely on and pass on to your kids,
And a skill set also. Like you're
Exactly.
kind of fucked if that property you don't know how to do it again.
Yeah, 100%, man. So yeah, that kind of going off on, you know, less business and more mental, emotional
I don't
type
know.
of stuff,
Yeah.
but it has meaning to me, so I'm sharing it.
Yeah. Do you think that's a lesson that can be only learned through actually doing it, or you can teach it in some way?
I think you could teach it. That would be what I would hope that I could do here or in general. I mean, if you really resonate with someone and you respect them, then you kind of got to listen. So I've been there and what I'm talking about here. And I know real estate as good as anybody. I've never lost money in real estate. That's the crazy thing, man. It's like I'm really glad. I'm still kind of thinking through this, but I'm really glad that I lost in a big way on something unrelated to real estate. Because if it would have been real estate, it might have really mentally messed me up. But I still have my confidence in real estate and what I'm doing. But I can take those lessons and apply them to real estate in different ways.
To kind of prevent them.
Yeah, but I think I mean it's a real story, and then I got a real journey, and so uh, hopefully somebody would listen. I hesitate because I'm not sure if I would have listened or not.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, if you could go back to your 18-year-old self and you 34 and saying, don't go so hard, that 18-year-old kid doesn't know if they're actually gonna get to the point that you're at, and they don't know if it's gonna go as well as it did, or if they're just gonna be 34 and, I guess working like a 9 to 5 job. So
Right.
I think it's easier to say like, yeah, just don't force it. But like when you're at the start, you're like, I have no idea. This could go either way. I want to just work nonstop so that this does go the right way.
Yeah, dude, it's true. So hopefully I can, at least plant a seed, You know, maybe somebody, maybe they don't listen to me, but, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. But let's say I am right. Maybe they'll pass that on to their kid. So
Yeah.
maybe what I'm doing here impacts somebody 20 years younger than them. Who knows?
It's better to figure out it early than later.
But I can tell you this, I'm not making it up, and it's real.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest mistake that you made? I'm gonna go aside from that $4 million loss in real estate.
Like it all comes back to what the same theme is, just going too fast. Like I was ambitious and still am as ambitious as anybody, and competitive, but I would just say that you don't need to force it, man. Like you can work really, really hard and care, but you can also let things play out instead of just forcing it to happen. So just trusting, like somebody told me this, I might say it wrong, but like trusting that your work will take care of you. Like the work that you do in the process, like trusting that that will take care of you.
Yeah, and I think I completely agree. Like, if you're doing the highest leverage stuff, you don't as well need to force it, right? I was talking to someone else, and they were saying when I started, when they were saying when they started a career that they were just doing so much meaningless stuff, like basically turning the paper over and over again. They say so many people do this. Do you think that like that's what you mean? Like when when you say force it, like you're just doing work for the sake of doing work, when in reality you get like 4 hours of work done, and that's like the exact same output as it was if you did like 18 hours on a day? Or would you say that you were doing 18 hours of work that's just outputting a lot of stuff, but you're getting, you think, the same results than if you did 4 or 5, not 4 or 5, but 10,
Yeah.
12?
I mean, that's like you're talking about like efficiency, right? I'm more talking about like
It's gonna work out, like if God wants it to be something like
that, but like okay, I'm gonna cold call today from whatever, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. But I don't also need to be, texting and messaging people at 11 o'clock at night and 12 o'clock at night and 1:30. Like, get some sleep, man.
yeah.
Uh, and take care of yourself and call your mom and take care of your loved ones and like go to the park. Like, this is me. Like, don't say like, I'm gonna work hard and then I'll go to the park and I'll be retired and I'll have my own yacht. Like, just do it all in a good
Don't
balanced
wait, don't
way.
wait for life to happen after
Yeah,
that
yeah,
distant future.
yeah.
Do you think the way that you thought was different when you were a broker versus when you were a, I guess, investor?
I've always thought of it as the same. I mean, I wanted to be an investor from the day I got my real estate license.
What was stopping you from being an investor the first day? Just not enough capital or not enough
No,
experience?
nothing. I mean, I started early, man. I bought a house or a condo. I got my license in 2012 and I bought a condo in 2014. So it was like I wasn't rushing that. The thing is I wasn't rushing like my education level and knowledge and studying the game. Like I knew I wanted to invest. I knew I wanted to buy a lot of properties, but I started as a real estate agent because I wanted to help other people buy and sell and learn how they were doing it. And I wanted to do leasing and I wanted to do property management. And so like I did those things the right way. Um, and I mean, I could have, instead of investing $4 million on one publicly traded company, I could have bought a $30 million apartment complex in 2020, and I probably would have lost it as well then. So back to your point, like it all happens,
For a
and
reason.
every entrepreneur or person that I have studied and has done something pretty big on a business sense, they all have the same stories. I hadn't found anybody who hasn't. It's not like, it's all just perfect
Yeah.
every time. Like it's if you talk to a real entrepreneur, I think they have to have the loss. Uh, you know, unless they maybe they did learn from somebody else and they prevented it, but it's like everyone I've talked to has the same story.
I mean, I think even people like Mark Zuckerberg and the greats of entrepreneurship, they still have those ups and downs. Like I don't think there's anyone, I'm sure you agree with me, like I don't think there's anyone who doesn't have this kind of storm of, you have to go through this hurricane to get to the other side, and the hurricane's going to throw your boat like back and forth. And there's no way that you can, doesn't matter if you're the strongest boat in the world, there's no way.
Yeah.
Nature's
Yeah.
going
And
to,
I also believe I haven't like thought through this deeply, deeply, but like, we all go through different experiences and some of us have some really, really bad experiences. But I do think at a level that we all kind of experience the same emotions in different ways. And we all have a like a connectedness through that. And we don't always realize that. We think we're all so different. Um, I mean, dude, it's holidays, right? And like everybody, there's at least family issues, right? Your uncle or your cousin or your mom or your brother, everybody's got something going on that they're complaining about. It's like we're all complaining about the same thing in a different way. And I'm like, maybe if we could just fix the problems within our own families, all of us fix our own family problems, the world might be 1,000 times better place.
yeah, it's funny.
That's a random, but I just, it's like you talk to people, it's like, yeah, this is going on, and this is like we're all dealing with the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. The best is when people are like, my whole life's falling apart, but I want to fix the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's a
really.
lot of people.
Yeah,
And you're saying like people should just go into themselves, like, what do I have to fix about me, my family, like my kind of, I guess,
yeah,
uh
dude. I mean, I
closest
don't know
connection.
anyone who's got a perfect family. I mean, my brother's not talking to my mom right now. I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
But like, I'm sure, everyone's got something
a lot of
like
people
that.
can relate to that.
Yeah. And he hadn't been talking to her, and it's not like just a random fight. It's like a real thing. But we all got stuff like this.
Yeah, I think everyone can relate. Uh, family's a complicated thing. It's
Yeah.
it's not like a friendship where, if you're not friends with that person, then you don't really see them again. It's like that's your family, and there's a beautiful thing to that, like that they're gonna be there forever.
Yep.
And then there's a, I guess, more annoying part that they're gonna be there forever.
Yeah, and you take it for granted probably, but they're just like little microcosms of what's happening in the world anyways.
Yeah. What did you think that success looked like at 18?
Being the guy with the money that could help, I wanted to buy my friends cars if they needed it or pay for dinner for everybody. I thought I needed to be that person. And I tried to be that person and it worked for a little bit until I lost a bunch of money. And then you're like, oh, some people only valued me because I had money, or I only valued myself because I had money at the same time. So I just thought I had to be somebody who, I had to be. I think it's cultural and our family, my family, but like, you got to be Mark Zuckerberg or you got to be, I don't know, Michael Dell, whatever. And then like looking back, I'm like, dude, I got an uncle that works at a bowling. He owns a bowling alley. He makes, I don't know, 150 grand a year, maybe more. But he works every day and he shuts it down at 9 and he lives a good life. And I respect him and what he does and who he is as a person, just as much as, but like it just, I feel like we build people up and bow down to people with money but people don't when they, have more experience and they're just real people. But I just thought I needed to be that to be somebody of value.
Yeah. Do you think that view changed after you had children?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That changes a lot.
Is that the biggest, I guess, mindset change you would say, or something else?
Probably. Yeah, probably still, I'm kind of getting a little deep. I don't sit around and think about this stuff that much. I have these little thoughts that come into my head. But like, yeah, I mean, having kids is game changer for sure. That changes how hard you work. I mean, you know, your kids everything that I do right now to my kids is cool. Like I could just like, jump over this chair over here or something, or shoot a ball, light a piece of paper on fire and throw it in the air, whatever. It's cool. Eventually it's not. Uh, but like it's like, all right, do I want to sit here and do more calls and work more, or do I want to go over here and hang out with the kids? And you gotta have a balance of the two. But it definitely changes a lot. One of my partners is gonna have a kid soon, and I'm eager to see how much he changes.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things that some people realize when they have children, I've never had children. I'm 15 years old, so but I've seen my dad um, when he's always worked from home, and I think that that was one of like the biggest influences. I think having someone in the house, at least like when you get home from school, when you leave from school for school, is such a big influence. And I know I have like friends who their parents are worth a lot of money, you know, but when they go home, their parents aren't there. They're, they're still working, chasing another number. And it actually, it doesn't affect them. They don't realize it, but it actually leaves a bigger effect. Like uh, these kids in my school are addicted to like all random things, that they shouldn't be right at our age. And it's just because they when they come home, their parents are chasing, 40, $50 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true, man. I'm a Christian and I believe in God and Jesus, and like, that helps me put a lot into perspective as well. But someone told me my kids are 7 and 5, and I don't know the exact age, but they're like, dude, uh, let's just call it 12. At age 12, you will have spent 90% of the time with them that you ever will. I'm like, whoa, I got like 7 more years, man. And that there's positives obviously when they get older, and we'll be drinking beers together or something, at a different kind of relationship. But when they're young, it's just so special.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that as well. That was actually interesting because you would think when you get older, you don't have school and you'd have more time. But I guess kids move away and
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that I'm with them all the time right now, but how like when I'm around my mom now, it's not that often. And I mean, it's a decent amount, but like I'm not staying there for a week at a time.
yeah, makes sense. But it's a lot different. You don't come home and spend 8 hours with your mom. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just buying, you're probably a little too young, but I mean, I bought a bunch of Pokemon cards right
Yeah,
now and they're just pumped to open them, dude. I'm like, just $4 pack of cards and it's gonna just light up their world.
yeah. It's amazing the difference that I guess between the ages that it takes to I guess change your perspective, like how make you happy, right? Like for a kid it could be Pokemon cards, but for certain people it could be, you know,
Yeah.
a lot bigger. What does a normal week look like for you?
A lot of phone calls, man. I just I'll do a couple meetings a week, and I do a weekly class I host. It's free. It's on Zoom, and we call brokers and stuff. But I'm on my phone just riding a bicycle or walking around a park. Just got headphones in. I'm just talking on the phone all day, enjoying nature. So it's just talking to investors or brokers and working deals and solving problems and getting all kinds of new challenges. And we'll have some sprints here and there, like to close that 452 unit deal. There's a sprint for a week, and then I'll go on a 1 or 2 events a month. I'm going to Arizona next week, and then Las Vegas 2 weeks after that. And they're all like real estate conferences. So events and new people. I meet new people every day, probably like 5 to 10 every day.
Wow, it's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
Uh, hmm. My dad said this and it was pretty simple, but he said the secret to happiness is balance. And I like that. As I've gotten older, I've appreciated that more. Just finding good balance with all the things that you're doing. I'm still working on that though.
Yeah, yeah. Who is the most impressive person you met and why?
My mom, man, straight up, uh, single mom, so generous, lives a good life, knows all her neighbors, everybody loves her. And I think she was just willing to do anything she could to help me and a lot of other people. And you know, that's what's sad that my brother and her are not talking. It's a she married a woman, and my brother doesn't want her in his life now because of that. But she's a hustler, bought a bunch of real estate on her own, and she just all around good person, man. Everybody loves her.
Wow. Do you think you'd be in the industry that you are without her?
No, definitely not.
What do you think?
Probably, I don't know, man. I might have went to the military. Uh, I would have done something relatively hardcore, I think. Um, I might have been a firefighter. I've always thought firefighters pretty cool.
What do
Probably
your kids,
military and then firefighter.
what do your kids want to become when they're older? If they've
They
said,
don't say, but one of them's like an engineer type mind. He knows every animal you've ever heard of. Loves animals, and then the other one's pretty athletic and kind of like a guy's guy, little guy. I don't know what they'll get into. I'd like to teach them real estate. I don't think I would advise them to go to college. Um, but if I could get them into real estate, I think that'd be pretty cool.
what do you think the best piece of advice you can give to someone in my generation and your son's generation?
Uh, well, I would first point them to God and Jesus, and I think that would be, just open the Bible and read it, and then just it's a long game, man. I mean, I'm 34, and 30 years from now, I still feel like I'll be young. So that's a lot that can happen. So as far as business goes, I would try to find like 10 to 20 people that you really respect and add value for them in a real way and care about them as a person and in business. And if you just do that, I think a lot of beautiful things will come from it. If you can get like 20 people that respect you and deeply know you, and you guys are going on somewhat of the same path or you're motivated in life in general, that's all you need.
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is.
Yeah.
He said the exact same thing. He was like, the exponential growth that will happen when you find your group of people who are on the same exact mission as you is unbelievable.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, makes sense. What do you think if you were 18, would you go in real estate again?
For sure, man. It's the
Sure.
best. I think it's the best industry.
What are your plans for the next 30 years? It's a long
Uh,
time period, but I guess
yeah, I mean,
10 years, 10 years.
yeah, raise my kids, man, and hopefully get to a pretty good cash flow. I'm buying big deals, but I'm not retired. So get to a better cash flow position. I've always thought about politics, but every time I get close, I back away from it. Um, I'd like to just share I feel like I have a really cool story and it can give people hope and just be real and just be a leader, uh, and just share and be honest and follow God's path and not try to make it my own path.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense and very, I guess, humble way to say it and look at it. Do you
Yeah.
thought about going into politics before?
Yeah, yeah, I've thought about it, man.
What, like mayor or
Yeah, just whatever level, city council, mayor, governor, whatever. But uh, I mean, I just really like the founding fathers and the Declaration of Independence and like the founding principles that this country were founded on. But I think every time I get close to it, it's like it's not that at all. It's just money and
yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, there's no point. It's not what I think it is.
Yeah, something changed around, I don't know the exact date or year, where people who are running for politics, it switched from, being something that they want to serve the country to something that they want to serve themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, the money that got involved, crazy, you know.
Yeah,
But we still live in the greatest country in the world, man, and God is good and there is hope and there's so much opportunity to do great things and create and do it with other people.
completely agree. Completely agree. Thank you, man, for coming on.
Of course, brother.
Talking to you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Of
Good job
course.
being so young and thoughtful and doing this.
Yeah, you too. I mean, all I can do is look up to you.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Okay. Take care.
You too, brother.